name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
It's week 3 of the 2026 season, and the spotlight is on Nick Chubb. He was steady for them on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Browns and the Titans. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. So here comes the Browns offense with a long field ahead. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A shotgun snap for Watson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. It's 2nd and 4. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expecting to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, the risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. A bootleg. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Every now and then I can speak from experience, because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes, because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 23 carries, 131 yards, and also the score.
So, partner, 2 games worth, he's leading the league in rushing, so he's now trending. Is that what they talk about nowadays? You talk about trending? That's what he's doing. He'd like to continue it here in this game.
Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Chubb. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Throwing on 3rd down. Watson. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
We hear so often how tackling has become almost a must-start in the NFL game. It's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And complete, right side to Cook. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. On 3rd down, here's an option play left. And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
On side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Blake Gillikin on a punt here as he'll send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's Watson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson now to throw. Drops it off for Chubb. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd, Watson completes it right side to Cooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
The receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree. One thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now a first down throw, Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, Watson. Oh, fires this one downfield for Chubb. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. No success on first down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows to 10-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And the Titans getting set to go. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Out to his left. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They're going to look to throw. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
Here's Blake Gillikin now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Browns to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against the Baltimore Ravens, and they have the lead here as well. They begin this drive with Chubb. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Watson. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. To throw is Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here in their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3.
They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Titans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On now is the Titans punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now Watson. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Here's Watson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper.
Watson's pass.
Now it's Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Watson off play action. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On the jet sweep, here's Cooper. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. On 2nd and 9, Watson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 4.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Watson firing quickly here, and that's complete. Yeah, the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Faking the give. Now Watson. They'll roll him out. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all, 3rd and goal. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
No, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. They'll start out here with the option left. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. They'll look to throw. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On now is the Titans punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Downfield throw tip, but he still got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
How about that tip ball going their way? They've got to have a lot of confidence because so far, seems like everything is going their way.
On the other side, they're just hoping that second half it's a little bit of flip the script.
Yeah, let's see if they can hang in there mentally because sometimes when things go against you so much in the first half, it's hard to bounce back.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Throwing again is Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 25. 3rd and 2, Watson. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin out in Houston. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Dameon Pierce, well over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. From there, we head to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. It's Jalen Hurts with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. C.D. Lamb, a touchdown reception. On to a look at the next-gen stats for the Browns in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. And meanwhile, for the Titans, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now left side on the swing pass. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Complete to number 5. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. On now is the Titans punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On first down, it's Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb, and they're able to bring him down at the 20. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Running lanes went to premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They run again on first down, Chubb, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Back to throw, Watson. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, and this is caught by Watkins. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's 2nd and 8. His throw incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On first down, Watson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So potentially a turning point here in the 3rd quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. He'll get this down to the 48-yard line. The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and run right on the option. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll drop to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a 16-point deficit.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Off of play action, it's Watson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise.
Watson now to throw. And that is incomplete. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will extend their lead even further. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, we can see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. They'll look to throw again. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Back to throw again. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The offense on 3rd down, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They go up the middle with Chubb. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game. And he's got a 1st down. Here's Watson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Again, it's Watson. And that is incomplete.
He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for Nicole Hardman.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll run for it. Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. That's sort of a prime example, is it not, of selling out defensively on 4th and short?
It certainly is, because what you're doing defensively is saying you're going to stop them right there at the line of scrimmage or make a play on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Instead, they get just enough of a hole chopped, and you're thin on the 2nd and 3rd levels, then you become a chaser instead of a tackler.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end McBride on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Nicole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere seeing that play. Focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A give. This is Chubb. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 10. They run it again with Cook. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Caught on a slant. Touchdown. Trey McBride, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
So a big 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming for the Titans. They're going to keep it on the ground. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And what do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Samson Abuka in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now back to throw. Being chased out left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here's Bradley Pena now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Fielded just inside the 30. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Titan football. So now the Titans down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well. Back to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now a throw here to his running back. Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry up. He's back to throw. Right back to Cook for another completion. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
That's good for a Tennessee Titan.
Back to throw. That's complete to McBride. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, and a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
They'll look to throw. Goes right back to McBride. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call. So for the Browns, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll fall to 1-2. And they will be back home next week for a date with the Washington Commanders.